Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley Nicole, if you did not know, and today we are talking about success in school. Now, for some people, specifically me, success in school feels like it's never gonna happen, like it's this unreachable thing, and that's not true. That's not true. As most of you know, I am a second semester senior, so I feel like I definitely can say now that I have some tips, some useful tips to get you through school, whether it's middle school, high school, college. I'm not gonna go farther than that because that's all I've done. Basically, I sat down and jotted down some of the top 10 things that I believe have gotten me through school today that I personally don't think I would have been able to do without. And because it's been a while, and I mean a while, I'm also doing 3 organizational DIYs at the end of this video that will help you stay organized in school as well. So overall, this is just a productive, positive outlook on how to do well in school. Cheers to that. So let's just get into it, shall we? Tip number 1 is by far, I think, the most important tip I can give anybody, and it is to form study groups in every class. Now, this can definitely be a scary thing, but I promise you, these are the people that will get you through class. You can study together, you work on projects together, you share notes, you create study guides for exams together. This can only benefit you. Forming study groups in every class can only benefit you. Tip number 2 is to be sure to meet with your teacher at least once a month. Now this for sure can be hard, especially if you have a teacher that you don't like. Basically, just meet with your teacher once a month to ask how you're doing, where they think you can improve, and what they think you should do to get a higher grade in the class overall. So even though this can be very intimidating, I promise you that they will see the effort you're putting in and they will look at you in a different way. And having that good relationship with the teacher can literally only do good things. It can only do good things for you. Just do it. Now this next tip I have said in past back to school videos before, but I'm gonna say it again because I firmly believe in this. This might not work for everybody, but it works for me. I cannot study without listening to classical music. And the bummer is, I didn't realize this until college. The fact of the matter is that So the fact is, I'm very easily distracted. Having continuous classical music in the background without words or lyrics or anything really helps me focus. So if you feel like you're like me, give it a try. Tip number 4, keep an agenda at all times. And this doesn't have to necessarily be like a hard book bound agenda kind of thing. This could be your phone, this could be a calendar, this could be whatever works for you, but you need one place that holds all due dates. All due dates. Tip number 5 is to color code all of your notes, and I mean all of your notes, whether it's in your textbook or it's on written paper or even if it's on your laptop. Make orange, the color orange, stand for one thing and one thing only. Make the color yellow stand for one thing, pink, one thing, blue, one thing. Believe it or not, almost all topics have some form of correlating video on YouTube that someone put together. For example, let's say you're reading in your textbook about the Cold War. If you're anything like me, you're more visual than you are, you know, readable. All you have to do is type in the Cold War into the YouTube search bar, and I promise you a ton of educational videos are gonna pop up about the Cold War, and then that way you can kind of get more interested in that way before you dive into the huge texts about it, you know? A lot of times the History Channel has videos on YouTube about a ton of different topics that you can search through, and that has been so helpful for me in the past. Create a study spot, and this should be the same spot all year long. A lot of people like to do their homework just wherever they are, like in the library, at the dinner table, on the couch, in bed, in the car. Like, I don't think that's the best way to study. I think the best thing you can do is to create one study spot where you always study. This helps you kind of get into the mindset of, okay, I need to focus, I need to get homework done. This gets you like ready to like attack the task that you're about to do. You know what I mean? If you have the same study spot every time, then every time you go and sit down in that study spot, you're already mentally getting prepared to study. Next is a study break, and I tend to do this all the time. This is kind of like the downside to listening to classical music while you study, is you lose track of time. You could be sitting at your desk doing homework for hours and really not realize how long it's been. Study breaks are important because your body can't sit there for too long. It's hard work to sit there focused for a very long time, so we need to give our body breaks. And while times vary from person to person on what they do with study breaks, I personally like studying for like 45 minutes and then taking a 10-minute break. Next bit of advice for you guys is to study at a desk. This sounds basic, but I see people constantly studying or doing homework like on the couch, at the dinner table, or on their bed. You can't study well in bed. This could be different for other people, again, but like for me, if I'm laying in bed, then I'm falling asleep, I'm relaxing, and if I'm supposed to be doing something, it's not gonna get done fully, or it's not gonna get done well. Always make sure when you're studying or doing homework that you're sitting upright at a desk. It helps you focus, it keeps you alert and awake, and then that way you won't be falling asleep on the couch while you're studying for an exam tomorrow, you know? Next, if you're reading a book for like literature class or English class and you have trouble paying attention or fully grasping what's really happening in the book, then I suggest that you download the book online and listen to it while you read along. This helps you really focus. Then I suggest that you download the auditory version online and listen to the story while you read along. And this just really helps you stay focused and just get more interested in the story that's being told, especially if it's not a very interesting story, you know? Anyways, that is all the tips that I have for you guys, and we are going to transition now into the DIYs. Okay, so for the first DIY, all you're going to need are cereal boxes, some wrapping paper and scissors, and a hot glue gun. This DIY is really simple, and the first step is to cut off all of the edges of the cereal boxes, like so. Okay, and once you are done cutting the boxes, the next step is to glue them together. So for this, we're going to be using the hot glue gun, and we're just going to lightly go over the side of the cereal box with glue and then press them together like you can see me doing right here. So you're going to continue to glue the boxes for however many boxes you have. I only have 3, so I just glued my 3 boxes together with the openings all facing the same side. Now, decorating the box is definitely the most fun part. I chose this really pretty lace design of wrapping paper, and I really liked the color. But the best part is you can pick whatever color wrapping paper you'd like. And then you have this really nifty-difty paper organizer that you made all by yourself to help keep you organized in school. Now this next DIY is actually really simple, but I think really helpful for those of you that like to color code your study notes or your textbooks while you're reading. You simply take a sticker and write what that color stands for in your note taking so that you never get them confused. I really like this DIY. I think it's definitely the most helpful DIY that I have in this video. Let me know if you guys like this one too. This last DIY is a super easy to make pencil pouch, and all you're going to need are bottles, scissors, zippers, and your glue gun. Again, you're going to start off by cutting the bottles in half, like I'm doing right here. Be careful, the plastic can be sharp. Just a warning. I learned the hard way. And once you are done cutting your bottles in half, you're going to measure out the appropriate length of zipper and begin hot gluing the zipper into the inside of the bottle, like you see me doing right here. And once the first side has dried, you're going to do the same thing with the other half of the bottle, and then when they're both dry, you have your pencil pouch. And it's seriously that simple. It actually works very well. I shook it around, I dropped it, I did everything. It did not open. It kept everything in place, so yeah, I really like it. How was that? It's been a while since we've done a DIY on this channel. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was beneficial for you, and I hope you learned a lot out of it. If you did, please give it a huge thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below what your tips are for success in school, and maybe we can all help each other out down there, you know? I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.